Forget everything you thought you knew about Mars. Dry, dead, lifeless. Just another dusty rock floating through space. That's the old story. But China's Zhurong rover, the quiet explorer that touched down on the red planet, may have just rewritten everything we thought we knew, because beneath the rust-colored sands of Mars lies a secret older than any civilization on Earth. A secret that whispers, Mars was once blue, a new chapter on Mars. In May 2021, China made history. Their Tianwen-1 mission, translating to Questions to Heaven, successfully landed the Zhurong rover on the surface of Mars. It wasn't just a landing. It was humanity planting its curiosity in a place where answers have been buried for billions of years. The target, Utopia Planitia, a vast basin stretching over 2,000 miles, the largest known impact crater in our solar system. Scientists had long suspected it might once have been home to a massive Martian ocean. Now, Zhurong was there to find the truth. The ocean that shouldn't exist. For decades, scientists have argued about one big question. Did Mars ever have oceans? Back in the 1970s, NASA's Viking orbiters took pictures showing strange, wave-like patterns, ridges and terraces that looked eerily like ancient shorelines. But there was a problem. Mars's gravity is weaker, its terrain uneven. Those supposed shorelines didn't line up like they do on Earth. Maybe they were just illusions carved by wind and ice. Maybe Mars had rivers and lakes, but never seas. And for years, that debate split the scientific world, until Zhurong came along. Reading the planet's hidden layers, instead of taking pictures from space, Zhurong had a different tool, ground-penetrating radar. Think of it like an X-ray for planets. It could peer below the surface, layer by layer, reading the stories written in stone and sand. As it rolled across the Martian surface, the rover sent radar waves deep into the ground. And what came back stunned scientists. They found patterns, not random layers of rock or volcanic ash, but smooth, gently sloping layers, dipping at consistent angles toward the north, just like the way sand builds up on a beach here on Earth. This wasn't chaos. This was coastline. The beach beneath the dust Zhurong's radar readings revealed 76 layers of sediment, each one shaped by waves and tides, layer after layer, just like the gentle buildup of sand on Earth's shores. And the direction of those layers? All pointing the same way, toward what was once the Martian Sea. On Earth, that formation takes millions of years of stable water movement, which means this wasn't a flash flood or a melting ice sheet. This was an ocean, calm, long-lasting, and alive with chemistry. It's the clearest underground evidence we've ever found that Mars once had an open sea. The chemistry of life. Why does this matter? Because where there are coasts, there's chemistry. Water isn't just a liquid, it's a laboratory. On Earth, the building blocks of life didn't form in the middle of deep oceans or icy mountains. They formed in shallow shores, where sunlight, minerals, and waves mixed to create energy. Those gentle ripples along ancient Martian beaches might have provided the same ingredients, warmth, stability, and time, for something incredible to happen, for chemistry to become biology. So when we ask, did Mars ever have life? We're not chasing fantasy, we're following the science. And now, we finally have the roadmap. Follow the beaches. A planet that should have frozen. But there's still a paradox. Billions of years ago, the sun was about 25% dimmer than it is today. Mars, smaller and farther from the sun than Earth, should have been locked in a deep freeze. And yet, its rocks tell another story. One of rivers, lakes, and now, beaches. How could that be? Maybe Mars once had a thicker atmosphere, packed with greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, methane, or hydrogen, trapping just enough heat to keep water liquid. Or maybe warmth came in cycles, sparked by volcanoes or massive asteroid impacts that temporarily turned the planet into a paradise. Whatever the reason, something allowed Mars to stay warm long enough for waves to shape its surface, and maybe, just maybe, for life to take hold. A lost ocean, a silent rover, Zhurong wasn't designed to last forever. Its mission timeline was just 93 days, but it kept going, for 358 days, almost an entire Earth year, before falling silent in May 2022, likely due to thick dust covering its solar panels. It never woke up again, but it didn't need to. It had already delivered the most profound discovery in China's planetary history. Proof that Mars once had the conditions not just for water, but for stability, chemistry, and potential life. A map to the past and future. The rover's findings are more than a glimpse into Mars's history. They're a guidebook for the future. Those buried beaches could still hold traces of ancient life, fossilized microbial mats, chemical residues, or isotopic signatures left behind by long-dead organisms. Future missions, from NASA, ESA, and China, now have a new mission priority: go to the coast, drill deep, bring the sand home. Imagine holding a vial of Martian beach sand right here on Earth, the same sand that waves once touched billions of years ago. Inside that sand could be the answer to one of humanity's oldest questions. Are we alone? The blueprint for human survival. But the story doesn't end with ancient life. Those same coastal regions could hold the key to our future life on Mars. If there's water buried under those old shorelines, frozen as ice, it could be humanity's greatest resource. Water to drink, to grow food, to split into oxygen and hydrogen for rocket fuel. And where's the best place to build future Mars bases? Flat terrain, moderate temperatures, easy access to ice. Exactly where Zhurong landed. The same beaches that once supported Martian oceans might one day support human colonies. Lessons from a lost ocean. Billions of years ago, Mars was alive with water, rivers flowing for centuries, oceans stretching for miles, clouds drifting in a real atmosphere. And then, it all disappeared. The planet lost its magnetic field. The solar wind stripped its air. The oceans froze, then vanished. Mars turned red and silent. It's a cosmic reminder that habitability is not permanent. Even a planet that once shimmered blue can fade into dust if its balance breaks. That's why studying Mars isn't just about curiosity. It's about survival. Because the same forces that stole Mars's oceans could someday threaten ours. A warning and an invitation. Zhurong's discovery is more than a scientific milestone. It's a warning written in Martian sand. It tells us that water is fragile, that life is rare, that planets can change forever. But it's also an invitation to explore, to protect, to learn from the past before it becomes our future. Mars once had an ocean. Now we have the knowledge to find it again. And maybe the courage to follow it. Outro. Music swells. Mars fades into Earth's blue oceans. This isn't just the story of Mars, it's the story of us, our curiosity, our resilience, our search for meaning among the stars. So stay curious and keep watching the skies. Because out there, among the sands of a lost ocean, the universe is still whispering its secrets. End screen. Like, subscribe, and stay curious.